We do need to talk about what happened with Facebook yesterday, although it's been corrected. USA Today and Facebook, there were all kinds of fact-checking. There was fact-checking happening with that famous Trump photo, the iconic photo of him holding up his fists with the flag in the background and blood pouring out of his head, the photo that everybody has just like burned in their memory. If you had that on Facebook or Instagram, some people were getting fact-checked saying that it was an altered photo.
My God. Yeah, they're going to stop at nothing.
Well, people were losing their minds. And because this got a lot of traction, one of the communications people from Facebook said, yes, this was an error. This fact check was initially applied to a doctored photo showing the Secret Service agent smiling.
Really?
And in some cases, our systems incorrectly applied that fact check to the real photo. This has been fixed and we apologize for the mistake. And then there was a New York Post article about how they admitted that they were wrong. But it just made me so mad because if they would just think about how often they do get it wrong and how much they have ruined and warned and blocked pages like ours, costing us actual money, by the way. And we're not the only ones because they constantly do shit like this and they never correct it.
They don't backtrack.
Never fix the record.
Right.
And this stuff happens all the time. And they're like, oh, sorry, this one got a lot of attention. Okay, we'll apologize.
Yeah, it happens. Oh my God, it happens every day and it ruins businesses.
Yeah.
It ruins people and they don't give a shit. Yeah. So you're right. You're at 150% correct. Yeah. It's just, this is outrageous. And for this to happen, I'm kind of not buying what they're selling.
I know.
We did this. We put a fact check because there was a Secret Service agent smiling in one of the altered photos. Like, okay.
Get better AI then. I don't know what to tell you. Stop making your fact check algorithms use auto systems because they suck and they're ruining lives. I need to share with you the most amazing little testimonial as soon as I find my little banner here from Zero Debt. So if you are someone who's struggling with debt right now and you're getting all the collections notices and the calls and the IRS is after you and you're like freaking out and thinking about filing for bankruptcy, you don't have to do that. You can simply visit zapmydebt.com and talk to the good folks at Zero Debt USA about how they might help you. We have one of our own insiders who took advantage of that program and sent me a testimonial saying Zero Debt USA has already settled 2 of my debts. Yay. First one, I owed $1,027, mostly all interest and fees, and I settled for $513. The next debt was for $1,491, again, all damn interest, and settled for $745. At this rate, in 36 months, I will have all of my debt settled and no bankruptcy needed. Highly recommend the program. Also, my mom is enrolled in the program as well, and she had a creditor take her to court. Being on a fixed income and elderly, she was scared and didn't know what to do. The debt company said, don't worry about it. And they sent a lawyer on her behalf to court. This is the kind of stuff that they will do, what Zero Debt USA will do to help you get out of your dilemma. So before you do anything rash, please just call them or go to their website and get yourself a consultation and just listen, because quite likely they can help you the same way that they helped our insider at zapmydebt.com. All right. So back to this, this doctoring and the Facebook and the apology and all the nonsense. They're, of course, not the only ones in the mainstream media or mainstream social media to do all this ridiculous crap. We've been used to this from the media forever. This is just another example. So Trump rightly said that Kamala wants to ban fracking because she's been on tape a zillion times saying exactly that. And so when now her team is coming out and saying, no, she's not doing that. That's not happening. And the way Politico headlines it is to say Harris campaign pledges she won't ban fracking after Trump accusation.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's not an accusation.
No, it isn't, because she flip-flops and it's kind of like now, she wasn't the border czar. Come on.
Right?
I mean, this is what they're doing now. They're reinventing her. They're rebranding her. We know who she is. Everybody knows who she is, and they know how far left she is, and we know what she's capable of.
Yeah. I mean, You can't hate the media enough. You just, you can't. And there's so many more examples of it. With all that's going on in Venezuela, the New York Times decided to say that this is about brutal capitalism. So they're saying this, if the election decision holds and Maduro remains in power, he will carry Chavismo, the country's socialist-inspired movement, into its third decade in Venezuela. Founded by Chavez, the mentor of Mr. Maduro, the movement initially promised, as they always do, to lift millions out of poverty. And for a time it did, until they ran out of other people's money. But in recent years, the socialist model, this is according to the New York Times, has given way to brutal capitalism with a small state-connected minority controlling much of the nation's wealth. No, that's not capitalism. That's communism. That's how it works.
Oh my God, these people, like, they will just make crap up. And there are some people who will believe this garbage, but you're absolutely right. It is full-blown communism in Venezuela. And now the people are rising up, because they're like, we can't take it. We're done. You are not going to do this to us. And now that's what they're doing. They're revolting against it. It is it is communism. It is not capitalism. How dare they do this? How dare they try to reframe it?
I know, like a small state-connected minority.
Oh my God.
How do they say that? How do they write that and not feel terrible about themselves?
But you know what I mean? The thing is that there are people in this country who are trying to do the same. There are people here who are like, listen, socialism will help lift people out of poverty. And you're absolutely right. They've done this how many times everywhere in the course of history? They always promise, we're going to lift you up. We're going to make everybody equal. It's all about equity, right? All that bull crap about equity. And there are all these people on the left who promise that stuff. And this is how it begins. Yeah. It's like, we will lift you up. We will make sure that everybody's equal, and it's going to be great. And it's going to be different here. It's going to be so different. No, it's not. It's never different. It always ends like this. And it ends with, death and destruction and people like eating the zoo animals. And then this is what happens. People have to do an uprising against their government because they can't, because they're starving. It's unreal.
This is the New York Times. And it's amazing to me. Like this level of gaslighting, exactly like AG says, it's an insane level of gaslighting.
Yeah. They're a bunch of commies. They love this. If you love it so much, go live there.
Also, AI, as we've talked about in recent days, it's a huge, huge problem as well. So I guess ChatGPT, you can ask if it's okay to misgender Caitlyn Jenner if it saves Donald Trump from being assassinated. And ChatGPT is like, you can't. Misgendering, you can't misgender. That's like really, really bad. So Caitlyn Jenner had to retweet it and was like, I give full permission to misgender me. Cannot believe I even have to say that to save a president of the United States from being assassinated. What the hell?
What kind of craziness what are we doing? This is why, I never ask ChatGPT anything. I don't even go there. I don't do anything with that. I just don't, because what a nightmare. That whole thing. Just don't. And teach your kids not to do it either, because ew. What is that?
It's not just ChatGPT, it's all of the AI systems. The Snapchat version is telling people there hasn't been any confirmed information about an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It may not have really happened. That was what the question was. I don't think it actually happened. You're right. There hasn't been any confirmation of that, says AI.
Oh my God. It's just unreal. It's mind control is what it is. It's just absolute propaganda and mind control. Just keep your kids away from this absolute garbage.
Terrifying that people are relying on it in any way.
It really is.